In the dim glow of my laptop screen at 2 a.m., my world shattered like fragile glass under a hammer's blow. There, in the hidden depths of my wife Elena's phone, synced carelessly to our shared cloud, was a chat thread titled Operation Divorce Jack. Messages poured out like venom, her plotting with her lover, a sleazy colleague named Marcus, to bleed me dry in court, frame me as abusive, and walk away with our house, our savings, even my prized vintage car collection. He's clueless, she typed, laughing emojis mocking my trust. Once we ruin him, we'll be free. Betrayal burned through me, hot and unrelenting, as I realized the woman I'd loved for a decade saw me as nothing but a stepping stone to crush. That night, rage ignited a fire in my soul, one that wouldn't flicker out until I turned her world to ashes. Jack Thompson had always been the steady one, the provider, the fool who believed in forever. But that night, as I sat in our lavish living room surrounded by photos of our perfect life, the betrayal gnawed at me like a parasite. Elena slept soundly upstairs, oblivious to the storm brewing. I couldn't confront her, not yet. No, I needed to plan, to make her suffer as she'd planned to destroy me. Operation Divorce Jack wasn't just a chat, it was a blueprint for my annihilation. She detailed everything. Fake bruises for photos, coached witnesses from her family, even a hidden bank account siphoning my earnings. Her sisters, Sophia and Isabella, were in on it too. Sophia, the sharp-tongued lawyer, advising on legal loopholes. Isabella, the flirtatious model, scouting for Elena's post-divorce flings. The burden of revenge settled on me like a lead weight, heavy and inescapable. Days blurred into weeks as I feigned normalcy, kissing Elena goodbye each morning while my mind plotted her downfall. At work, as a successful tech entrepreneur, I buried myself in code, but the rage seeped in. Meetings dragged. I'd snap at employees, my once genial demeanor cracking under the strain. "Jack, you okay?" my partner asked one afternoon, concern etching his face. I waved him off, but inside, the fire consumed me. Sleep evaded me, replaced by vivid nightmares of Elena's laughter echoing as I lost everything. It drove my decisions. Every late-night research session on hidden assets, every discreet meeting with my own shark of a lawyer. I liquidated stocks quietly, funneled money into offshore accounts she couldn't touch. But the cost? My friends noticed the distance. Invitations to barbecues went unanswered as I obsessed over surveillance apps I'd installed on her devices. Emotionally, I teetered on the edge. One evening, as Elena hosted a family dinner, her sisters arrived, all smiles and false warmth. Sophia, with her piercing blue eyes and calculated poise, hugged me tightly. "You're looking stressed, Jack. Everything all right?" Her concern felt like a probe, testing for cracks. Isabella, radiant in a tight dress, flirted shamelessly, brushing my arm as she passed. "You deserve better than this routine life," she whispered once, her breath hot against my ear. In that moment, torn between justice and destruction, I nearly exploded, grabbed Elena by the throat, and exposed it all. But no, restraint was my weapon. Instead, I smiled, poured wine, and let the poison build. That night, alone in my study, I punched the wall until my knuckles bled, the pain a temporary release from the internal torment. Revenge wasn't just a plan, it was my oxygen, shaping every breath. It alienated my brother, who called worriedly. "You're scaring me, man. Talk to me." I hung up, the isolation fueling the fire. How could I explain that this burden was remaking me into something sharper, deadlier? As months passed, the pursuit rippled outward. Elena's confusion grew. Why was I suddenly distant, yet affectionate in bursts? I played the game masterfully, seducing her one night with passion that masked my hatred, only to withdraw the next. Her sisters sensed the shift. Sophia called more often, probing about our marriage under the guise of concern. Isabella texted flirty memes, perhaps testing loyalties. I used it all. Secretly, I began courting them, subtle at first. A business lunch with Sophia turned into lingering conversations about her unfulfilled dreams, her resentment toward Elena's selfishness. With Isabella, a chance encounter at a gallery led to stolen kisses and shadows. They didn't know my endgame, to turn them against her, to claim them as my own in the ultimate betrayal. But the weight pressed harder. At a company gala, I watched Elena flirt with Marcus across the room, her hand on his arm. Rage boiled. I excused myself to the bathroom, gripping the sink until veins bulged. Was this justice? Or was I becoming the monster? The thought flickered, but I crushed it. Destruction was the only path. My health suffered, weight loss, migraines, but it honed me. By chapter's end, I'd amassed evidence, recordings, financial trails. The plan crystallized: divorce her on my terms, ruin her reputation, and marry her sisters to twist the knife eternally. The burden? It was my armor now, cold and unyielding. With the evidence locked away, the execution phase ignited like a fuse to dynamite. I filed for divorce first, blindsiding Elena with papers served at her office in front of colleagues. Her scream echoed through the phone when she called. "Jack, what the hell? We can talk about this." I hung up, savoring the panic in her voice. The burden of revenge had evolved. It no longer just ate at me. It propelled me forward, a dark engine driving every calculated move. Court dates loomed, but I'd already turned the tide. Sophia, now entangled in our affair, unwittingly provided insider tips on Elena's strategies. "She's furious," Sophia confessed over wine in a hotel room, her body pressed against mine. "But maybe she deserves it." I nodded, hiding the triumph. Isabella was easier, passionate nights where she spilled family secrets, admitting Elena's lifelong jealousy. "She's always taken what she wants," Isabella murmured, tracing my chest. "Including you." Their involvement deepened the destruction, but it affected them too. Sophia grew paranoid, questioning her career. Isabella's modeling gigs suffered from the stress of secrecy. Intense scenes clawed at my resolve. During mediation, Elena wept crocodile tears. "I loved you, Jack. This is a mistake." Her eyes, once my solace, now sparked hatred. Torn between the justice of exposing her chats and the raw urge to destroy her utterly, I chose the latter. I leaked select messages anonymously to her workplace. Nothing traceable, but enough to brand her a schemer. Whispers followed her, promotions evaporated. The ripple? Her parents disowned her partially, siding with the stable me after I charmed them with fabricated concern. My own life warped further. Business thrived on my ruthless focus, but personal ties frayed. An old friend confronted me. "This isn't you, Jack. Revenge is poisoning you." I laughed it off, but alone, the mirror showed a hollow man, eyes shadowed by sleepless vengeance. The turning point struck unexpectedly, not kindness, but a brutal truth that hardened my path. Digging deeper, I uncovered Elena's past. She'd done this before, to an ex-fiancé, with her sister's unwitting help. Isabella confessed in a moment of vulnerability. She manipulated us too. Instead of doubt, it fueled me. Proof that destruction was deserved. No questioning peace, only amplified rage. I proposed to Sophia first, in a lavish setup that mirrored Elena's dream wedding spot. She accepted, blinded by my manufactured affection. Isabella followed weeks later, a secret engagement sealed in passion. Polygamy? No, but in my world, I'd orchestrate it through legal loopholes abroad, binding them to me as trophies. The climax erupted at a family gathering I'd engineered, Elena's reconciliation party, really my trap. As guests mingled, I revealed it all. Projected chats on a screen, audio of her plotting. Chaos ensued, screams, accusations. Elena lunged at me. "You bastard." I sidestepped, calm as ice. Her sisters, now mine, stood by me, their loyalty bought with lies of love. Sophia testified against her in court. Isabella publicly shunned her. Elena crumbled, lost the house, the money, her job. Marcus abandoned her, exposed as a coward. The resolution? Pure, unadulterated justice through destruction. I married Sophia in a grand ceremony, Isabella in a private one abroad, flaunting it on social media where Elena could see. She ended up alone, broken, while I reveled in the empire built on her ruins. The cost of revenge was high. It scarred my soul, isolated me further, but the power of claiming victory outweighed it. No letting go, only the sweet burn of triumph, proving that betrayal's fire is best met with an inferno. Moral of the story. In the shadows of betrayal, revenge isn't a burden. It's the forge that tempers the weak into unbreakable conquerors, demanding total destruction for true liberation.